Which is, I am going to follow it because I will digress otherwise and there'll be no more dancing or drinking. So, see, I'm doing it, I'm digressing, and so back to the card. So this is either going to be a lovely moment or it's going to be proof that the bar is on the floor and we're all just stepping over it together. Thanks, Steve, for that. Firstly, thank you properly for being here, for showing up, for loving me, for making the effort when you probably actually really felt too tired to come, for dressing up, or not. I can feel the love in this room, it's just gorgeous. And I'm not being dramatic, although, let's face it, I'm owed a little bit of drama. It's my 50th birthday, and it's basically the job description. So, 50. When you're little, 50 sounds ancient, like you should be wrapped in a cardigan, living entirely on soup and going to bed at 7:45 watching the regional news. Yet, here I am.
You do live in Hackbury.
Still kind, still caring, still bubbly, still enigmatic, and yes, still able to attempt to be funny. But on the subject of getting older, if you ever catch yourself complaining about it, please try and stop yourself. Aging is an absolute privilege. By a day, a week, a month, let alone a whole year or a decade or two. Not everyone can. So if your knees creak, or if you are finding yourself commenting on, "Ooh, good lighting," then congratulations, you're still here. Now, some of you know this, but I've always had a deep appreciation for life. And that really started when I lost my brother suddenly. Lots of little cute pictures of him up there. He was only 28 and I was 26 at the time. And every single year since then, I've had this thought, wow, I've had another year more than he had. It's a strange kind of milestone to carry, but it shaped me. It taught me early on that life is precious and unpredictable. And if you can squeeze joy out of it, you do. You don't wait for the perfect time. You don't save the good bits for later. You have the laugh, you take the photo, you eat the cake, you wear your best top and heels to the supermarket. Honestly, Steve alluded to it earlier, my allocated life package deal hasn't been the easiest. I'm not saying this for sympathy, I've never been one for self-pity, it is just fact. If you can think of a challenging life event, I've probably been through it. Like some kind of exciting, emotional bingo card. And I don't even want a prize at the end. Apart from, oh yeah, character development. But here's what my 50 years have taught me. Yes, it can be hard, but there is so much joy to be had. Even in the middle of chaos, even when things don't look how you thought they'd look. My most recent period of extra challenge, because let's face it, there's always some challenge going on, so extra challenge, started in January 23. And I'll be honest that for various reasons, happiness became rather difficult to access. But I kept going. I stayed kind, I kept my heart open, even when it would have been understandable to shut it down. And I'm proud of myself for that. When June 24 arrived, obviously life thought, she's coping just a little bit too well, let's spice it up. Because yes, it was an absolute delight to be diagnosed with stage 4 secondary breast cancer at 48 and be gifted lifelong treatments that impact how I live on a daily basis. I mean, honestly, what a fun little add-on. Pulls the whole look together nicely. But I'm really blessed in the people I have around me, without whom that dark place would have felt endless. And one of the brightest shining lights in the darkness of cancer has been finding an amazing group of women the ladies from my secondary breast cancer friends group, facilitated by Breast Cancer Now. They're over there, the ones who are able to come. And these women are beautiful, courageous, hilarious, and brutally honest in the way that only people who truly get it can be. Every one of them has their own daily challenges and the sheer joy of intense treatment plans and relationships that are far too close to hospital staff. But seriously, the understanding we share is unique to the club we're in that nobody else wants to join. And if anyone here has donated or intends to Breast Cancer Now and or York Against Cancer, here we are, the real people who those charities benefit. They're essential charities, not just medically, but emotionally too, and their support is vital for women with that diagnosis. And I am digressing a little bit. We all feel very passionately, don't we? Secondary breast cancer is not given enough light and time and talk. Everybody wants that perfect happy ending from primary breast cancer. Secondary breast cancer, we want to hide our heads in the sand and not really talk about it. So here I am talking about it. So I'm still me, I'm still funny, still optimistic, still capable of laughing until I snort, which is both charming and deeply tragic. But I also have a renewed appreciation of life. Take a moment, if you will, to imagine knowing that you're only alive because of the drugs that you're taking. That knowledge does something to you. It makes everything sharper. It makes the pointless stuff fall away. It changes what you notice. What I would love to get across tonight, whilst I have a captive audience that I can take advantage of, and it is my birthday, so you do have to listen because that's the rules. So little actually matters. And certainly nothing that costs money matters. Life is about connections, relationships, the way we show up for each other, the way we interact and help and soften life for one another, the way we make each other laugh, the way we make each other feel safe. And because of treatment, I notice things now that I used to rush past, like taste. Honestly, when chemo makes food taste foul, it's heartbreaking. You don't realise how much joy is in a mouthful of food until you can't taste it for months on end. So now, every mouthful I can taste, I appreciate. And I wonder, how often do people appreciate something as simple as taste? Not in a guilty way, just in a wake-up kind of way. Another thought. Have you ever been through something challenging that wasn't ever sorted and okay in the end? Exactly. Most things do become okay, eventually. So if it's not okay, it's just not okay yet. Now I want to ask you something else, and I promise I'm not trying to be intense. Well, I kind of am, but lovingly. Those of you who haven't been, imagine for one moment being told you have stage 4 cancer. What changes would you make? What would you savour more? How would your priorities change? Because if you have the luxury of doing that without the diagnosis, isn't that something to consider and embrace? I saw in a shop window on Gillygate only this week, start learning what really matters. And I really reflected on where I am with that statement. If life hasn't in itself challenged you to do that yet, please do. It's amazing when you really genuinely feel joy in the smallest of things. Daniel laughs, affectionately, of course, because I get so excited over things like a soft pair of socks or in magpie mode, anything that's twinkling or smells nice. And nature now is in high definition for me. Don't wait for something awful to happen. Act on what really matters now. send the message, make the call, book the trip, walk away from anything that dampens your spirit, forgive someone, forgive yourself, enjoy time, choose your people, say what you mean, love loudly, say no more often. Yes, Sharon, I'm trying. Take more time to pause and ask yourself, what is the actual value of this situation compared to the value I am putting on it? By value, I mean how something is impacting your life either way, positively or negatively. Does its space in your head need increasing or decreasing? So tonight, as I celebrate turning 50 with the people I love, I'm not standing here doing a poor me speech. I'm standing here doing a look at us speech. Look at this room, look at these connections, look at the love. This is the real wealth. This is the point. So here's what I want to do. I want to raise a glass, bear with me, let me finish because there's a few. To my brother Peter and my mum Anne, who both taught me that time is not promised. To the people who carried me when I couldn't carry myself. Those of you who have held my hand literally and emotionally, I will never forget that. You've been my safety net, my steady, my I've got you people. And I hope you know how deeply that lives in me. To Daniel, who saw past the cancer from day one, even when my back is making me stoop, I'm getting in the car no better than my 92-year-old dad. I can't put my own boots on, my hair is standing up about 7 inches tall. And just so we're clear, the regrowth of hair is just as traumatic as losing it. It comes back determined to express its traumatic experience in interpretive dance with a lightly electrocuted look. To Steve, both for that fun party intro and for introducing me to my incredibly special Popkington friends. To my school-related friends from Ralph Butterfield and from Reflection and Action, you do the most challenging but also the most amazing job in the world. You've supported me and made me laugh on days when laughing should have been impossible. To Lynn and Sharon, who's gone home, hasn't she, for organising the food and being so accommodating while we were planning everything. You're amazing, thank you. It's Liverpool, Lynn, by the way. To Ollie for DJing. To Danny for helping with the decorations and Deb for handling the RSVPs. And finally to me, because 50 is no small thing, and frankly, after everything I've been through, I deserve a bloody good party. Yay!